Thursday, December 12th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Let's begin with a couple of live cameras up in the mountains. This is Banner Elk. Bone-chilling 15 degrees this morning as a fresh supply of cold and dry Arctic air has begun settling on in across the region. Check out the Appalachian Ski Mountain web camera. Look at all the snow guns fired up, and we continue to see now some very, very nice ski conditions on many of the ski resort areas and the region as a whole. After a little bit of a rough patch earlier in the week, things getting very, very nice again now. And a little bit of natural snow even briefly on the way later on. More on that in just a second. Yesterday's highs, pretty chilly, 47 in Greensboro, 49 in Raleigh, low 50s at Charlotte and Fayetteville, mid 50s around Columbia yesterday. And this morning it's chilly. Most of it's not quite as cold as what we had yesterday, but it's actually going to wind up being a colder afternoon, a colder high temperature day today than what we had yesterday with this renewed surge of cold and dry air arriving. It's quiet around here, not only quiet around the Carolinas, but all around the southeast, very little going on. And same story really when you look at the lower 48 as a whole. Very little precipitation to show you this morning outside of a little bit of lake effect snow in some spots. So it's cold out there all around our region this morning. Look at Bradford, Pennsylvania at 7. Saranac Lake, New York at 2 below zero. And just a lot of bitterly cold air in many spots. 2 below zero in Chicago, St. Louis at 6. International Falls 26 below. A few minutes ago they were at 30 degrees below zero. So this is some really, really cold air in many spots across the lower 48. There comes that Arctic high pressure building in. Lots of sunshine today, and then a clear, cold night tonight. Lows will be way down in the 20s. The normally colder spots in the Piedmont, we'll again see some upper teens in some spots. Now there's our next system beginning to take shape tomorrow. We stay dry tomorrow. Some clouds begin to roll in later in the day, and then a wet Saturday. Now, as the precipitation first moves in the mountains and the foothills, it's going to be a little shot of some snow in some spots, especially the mountains. I'll show you that in just a second. There's the rain total map from the European, a half to about 2/3 of an inch of rain in the I-85 corridor, more closer to the coast. The GFS, very similar with the overall layout of the rain totals. And then again, here's the snow with this system from the RPM model. You'll notice the mountains picking up a quick little hit of some snow with this, and maybe even a few snowflakes or sleet pellets out into places like Wilkes or Surry County as we go through early Saturday morning. But there's nothing to lock that cold air in, and it kicks over to rain relatively quickly. The Canadian model doing a good job, sniffing that out. That's what it looks like on the broad perspective. And take a peek at the precipitation types here. And this is valid just before daybreak Saturday morning. But then you notice by midday it's all rain. So any wintry precip will be very brief in nature. On the European model, this is what the event looks like. Daybreak Saturday, you go 6 hours later. And there you go. The rain continuing to spread in. Rain will probably be heaviest midday through afternoon across the Piedmont. And then, let me show you a couple charts at the end of the GFS. This is over to the GFS model. Actually, the European is in very good agreement in getting a pretty decent system to roll through here around the 21st or the 22nd. GFS has that as well. And then kind of an interesting setup in the days leading up to Christmas, 22nd, 23rd or so on the GFS, as you wind up with a boundary stalled out right about there, and little waves of precipitation riding along that. And that would be something to kind of watch for some fun and games on the northwest side of that. But again, this is way, way out there, and certainly nothing to take with any certainty that far out. But something to keep an eye on. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.